Yo, what's good, YouTube? Chez Pierre, Pierre's Elite Performance, and I'm back out here again, and I'm gonna give you guys my top 5, and that's my top 5 single leg jump exercises using the ladder. And I absolutely love the ladder. It works on my balance, works on my stability, but works on my dynamic explosiveness, but all in the same realm is where I can work on that fluidity, ground contact time, and most important, the patterning, the flow, the movement patterns that we use in sports, and that's what I love about the ladder. So, you guys, stay tuned. Let's have a lot of fun today. Stay locked in, stay focused, because I'm giving you a ton of information. But before we get into this video, what I need you guys to do is I need you to press that subscribe button right now. I need you guys to be locked in every single time that I throw these videos out, that these videos are coming your way. I need you to be notified. So go press that notification button. And if you're not, go press the goddamn notification button. If you're not, then you gotta get on it right now. Anyway, go press the notification button and go press the like button. Comment in the section below so I know exactly what you guys are thinking. Let's go! All right, guys, before we jump into my top 5 single leg ladder drills, I want you guys to really focus and really pay attention to a few key areas. Now, before we even jump into that, I want you guys to know that I'm wearing the Pep Fast speed training bands. Now, this is gonna add just a little bit more resistance to the single leg exercise, making it more challenging, especially on that lateral outside portion of the glute, to make it work harder and have to really stabilize that whole pelvis and that hip region. Now, what I want you guys to really focus on, especially if you don't even have the bands, which is not a necessity, is every time we strike the ground, every time we land, I want you guys to land with the onto the outside portion of the foot. I want you guys to really focus on that, with the foot pointing straight ahead. Also, we want to land what I call into a bow. So we don't want to land with our knee going inwards, going into what I call dynamic valgus. So we want to push our knee out. So we want that kneecap to be pointing outside, creating a bow structure. Wearing the speed training bands also allows you to really get that cue and that feedback in the glute. So you have to really drive the band, the resistance bands, away from you, making sure that that's very strong, very structured. It's gonna keep you safe and secure the entire time. So when the foot strikes inside the ladder and away, outside the ladder, we never let that knee go in. It's always out on the outside portion of the foot. Here we go. So the first drill is very simple. It's just a single leg bound or single leg jump into the ladder. Now, what I want you guys to focus on is the landing. So I'm gonna start off in a great single leg athletic position, chest slightly over the knees and toes, and the hips back behind me, and I'm gonna go opposite arm to opposite leg. I'm gonna load up into this back glute, then I'm gonna explode through, and I wanna land and stick it. I'm gonna absorb the landing on the outside edge of my foot. So I'm gonna be on the outside edge, never falling into this inside edge where the destructiveness happens. So this kneecap and this shin, tibia, fibia, don't go inwards. I am landing flat-footed so I can maintain great balance and stability, but it has to be on the outside edge. I absorb, load, and explode, and the arms are moving in conjunction of how I'm going forward, my forward locomotive pattern. So I'm here, I drive, I stick. Notice that the hips never come through. They're always in the back side. As I finish, in a perfect athletic position. Once we finish the single leg stick landing, now you're gonna be a little bit more springy, a little bit more quicker ground contact time. It's gonna be fast, it's gonna be a little bit more dynamic, but everything else still applies. Landing the outside portion of the foot, but now the heel has to be off the ground. We're gonna be landing on that balls of the feet, the mid portion of our foot. Still, the arms are still moving in conjunction with how the lower body is moving. Here we go. So I'm just quick, I'm fast, I'm dynamic with every single touch, but I'm still springy off the ground. Let's go. So we're gonna go into drill number 2. Now we're still gonna have 2 phases to this so we can have a beginner into more intermediate advanced level. So the first jump is gonna be going to our lateral side, inside the ladder. I want you to stick that on the outside edge of our foot, not allowing this inside ankle bone to drop in. So I stick it, land, then I'm gonna jump forward on a 45-degree angle, making sure everything is straight. Foot, knee, hips, and shoulders. Always landing outside edge. Moving these arms in conjunction with the lower body. Sticking, absorbing, loading, and exploding. This is phase number 2 of our second single leg jump. This is our forward lateral side to side jumps. The only difference here is that we're quicker, we're more dynamic, we're springy, quicker ground contact time, so we're more of a dynamic athlete. So drill number 3, I absolutely love this one. So we're kind of combining 2 exercises into one. We're doing a single leg jump, single leg bound forward. Once we stick that, then we're gonna do a lateral skater jump, lateral skater bound to the side, and then right back in, and then continue. We're gonna switch the legs moving forward. So let me show you how it's done. Now we can do it 2 different ways. You can be a little bit quicker, a little bit more dynamic, but if it's your first time, then you want to still continue to stick it. If you're still having issues with your balance, with your stability, with your body control, then I would recommend sticking the landing on both portions of the jump. If you're more dynamic, more of an explosive athlete, and that's a little bit easier for you, then now you get more dynamic, more explosive, because now you're going to jump and then boom, quick ground contact, right back in the ladder. Let me show you how both ways. So I'm gonna do the stick version first. So you're here, I'm going to line everything up, always making sure I'm in proper alignment, proper form, proper posture. I'm going to jump, land, laterally explode, right back over. Now, I'm gonna jump as far as I can land. I'm not gonna jump so far that I can't get back into the ladder with good movement, good landing mechanics. Now, from here, I'm gonna jump off this single leg and then land on the opposite leg so I can go to the other side upon landing. So I'm here. So once I land and stick this position, now I'm gonna go to the other side, because I started on my left side, now I landed onto my right, now I'm gonna go towards my left side jump. So I'm here, I land, I come back. Once I stick it, I'm in a good athletic position. Now I just repeat the process all the way down. Absorb, load, explode, opposite side. Going all the way down, you notice that I'm in a good, athletic, low, dynamic, explosive position, so I'm always in control of the movement. So drill number 3, phase number 2, it's just more explosive. It's more dynamic, it's quicker ground contact time. Let me show you how it goes. So I start off, I'm here, and it's touch and go, touch and go. I'm here, I'm always touching, I'm always going, I'm always exploding, I'm always springy, I'm always dynamic. I'm just moving, I'm grooving, and I'm fast off the ground. Very explosive, within full body control the entire time. Drill number 4 is gonna have just one phase to it. This is a very explosive, dynamic exercise, but you should be in control at this point. We've done enough stick drills for you to really understand the nuances of how to absorb force, absorb load. Now, this is called a dynamic in and out drill. Now, in sports, you're gonna be going everywhere, 360 degrees, but what your foot and what your leg, lower leg, is gonna be always doing is not going straight ahead. It's gonna be moving laterally, it's gonna be moving medially. You're gonna be going all over the place. So what I need you guys to really focus on is to be able to learn how to absorb load going into our lateral portion. So that's gonna be going inwards on the ladder and then coming back out of it, still moving forward. We're gonna be going medial. So we're gonna be medial jumps. And that's why I want you to focus on pushing that foot down into the ground, down and away from you. Let me show you how this looks. So I'm gonna be quick and fast, and that is the lateral portion. Coming back is the medial portion. That medial portion, I drive down and back, moving forward. So as I do this quick, I want to be springy, I want to be dynamic, and I want to be landing on the balls of my feet, never letting that heel to strike, because sports is very fast, it's very quick, it's very dynamic, and you want to be that explosive, dynamic, game-changing, explosive athlete. All right, guys, this is the 5th and final single leg jump. You made it this far. Now, this is where we really get explosive. Now, what I love about this drill is it not only works on my acceleration, but it really works on my deceleration qualities. So this is my 2 forward, 1 back, medial and lateral jump. So we're gonna be very explosive when we're working on our lateral jumps, but we're gonna be very dynamic, and we're gonna be really fine tuning our deceleration, but then quickly taking a step back and then re-accelerating, because that's what sports is all about. Who is the fastest out of their deceleration? So who can re-accelerate out of the position? And since we're working on our single leg, that's gonna really strengthen up all those finer intrinsic muscles in the foot to help you stabilize, but it's also gonna be working on that big glute muscle to be very explosive and very powerful and generate more force down into the ground. So I'm gonna go 2 forward, 1 back. I'm gonna go medial first, and as I get better at this, I'm getting quicker, I'm getting more dynamic. I'm starting to get into more of a pattern, more movement dynamics as I would in sports to really help me accelerate out of the position. All right, guys, there you have it. There's my top 5 single leg jump exercises using the ladder. And I love using the ladder for this kind of stuff because it helps me with my rhythm, helps me with my timing, helps me with my foot strike, my foot placement. So each and every time I end up in the same place, really working on the fundamentals. And the fundamentals is what separates the good, the great, to the elite level athletes. And I want you guys to understand that. Dial in, stay focused, because when you fine tune these little things, when you start strengthening up the small intrinsic muscles, when you're working on those big explosive glute muscles, and you really harp in onto that single leg balance, that single leg stability, and you really work on those imbalances, you become the greatest athlete you can ever be. Now, if you guys like this video, what I need you guys to do is get in the comment sections below. Let me know what you guys think. I love making these videos for you. Let me know what videos and exercises that you guys want, and I will create it, I'll find it, and I'll make sure that I help you guys become the greatest athlete you can be. Oh, go press that notification button. Never forget that. Let's go.